the dog. Good morning. Who is that? You can't tell? It's me. You couldn't tell? I'm the mystery guest this morning. Oh, isn't this funny? I think they wanted to have a younger me, and that's how they got a younger me. See, they took all the wrinkles out, huh? Isn't that funny? Well, I just came back from a baby lock retreat. Oh, I have to take my pictures away. And this is what they did. Let's see if you can see that. Go real close. And you'll know which one is me. Okay, switch. Ah! This was 3 of the participants. Now the question is, who is it? You know Nancy Zeman. She's in the middle. And where am I? I'm on the right. And the last one? Jenny Doan. You guys, you got it. Are you ready? There we are. Anyhow, it was a lot of fun. Yes, I think they want to make all of us look younger. And that's kind of like, just like, okay, look, lady, you need a facelift. And so they just gave me one, huh? What do you think? You think I'm fine? Thank you, thank you. So I stood outside their room. I couldn't believe the buzz. You guys are all like, blah, 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 blah. You're so excited. Are you getting excited about this, huh? You're getting excited about this? Well, I have a new quilt. I don't think you've seen this one. Did you see this one on the wall yet? Oh, well, this one is very, very special because this one is from Zoe Christine fabric. Did we tell you that? Zoe Christine and all of the beautiful raspberry and the teals, and it's really bright, don't you think? It just knocks your socks off. But anyhow, it's really exciting for me because today Zoe is 2. Wow. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? So here she is right here. She's just so cute. Aw, isn't she cute? Whoop, let me see. We're not quite in focus. Are we in focus? Okay, squint your eyes and you'll see little Zoe. There we go. Isn't she cute? With her curly hair. And everybody says, where does she get her curly hair? So here she is with her daddy. Isn't that cute? Her red hair, yes. Well, we had a party on Saturday. And Sue came to it, and she made Zoe a dress out of Zoe Christine fabric. And it's just... Isn't that funny? And she's been in the sun. Go closer on her red cheeks and her curly hair. I think this was at the end of the party after she was out in the sun all day long. And she loved her little dress so well she wouldn't take it off. She had to sleep in it. Isn't that cute? That is just so cute. I love to get all of these pictures. Pardon me, she looks like Shirley Temple. Yeah, that's natural. And I hope she never starts to feel that she has to iron her hair. You know how some people do that? They do that and they just think it's so funny. Well, I'm just going to give you a real quick highlight. They had the cowboy theme. Zoe was all dressed up like a little cowgirl, and she had her little hat and her cute little dress and her boots, and so I wore my hat, cowboy hat, my boots, and it was really fun. That Orion decided to put on like a little zoo in the backyard. And so he brought in goats, 3 goats, and they had bunnies and they had little chickies in the backyard. And so on the phone, Orion goes, Mom, I have a really big favor to ask you. I go, oh, what, Orion? How can I help you? And he said, would you drive the goats to Julian after the party? So I want you to know that I am sitting in the parking lot at the grocery store while Brian runs in and gets groceries. Can you imagine riding unbuckled goats up to Julian in this big open van? And they swung all over, And then I talked to them, and they would run, and they would put their head through the gate so I could scratch their head. But I just want you to know, look how curious they are. How curious. They were watching all of the people grocery shopping, going in and out. They're like, watching this. And some of you know, I took the goats to Camp Cedar Glen. Jason, the director, has this herd of goats. And so when we backed the van up to the pen, of course they didn't want to get out. They all huddled together because they were afraid, so we had to kind of pick up two and carry them out. So the third one jumped out, and they got in the pen, and two little lambs, you're not going to believe this, little guys. They came running up to the goats, and they went, bah! And the goats were terrified. And they ran into the corner, and there I'm sure they spent the night. But anyhow, they're safe in Julian, and all I want to say is I love those goats. They were so cute. Anyhow, he does owe me big time. What do you think I could possibly ask of him to make up for that? And you know, Ryan, he does it very quick. You know, he doesn't think about drop cloths and all that stuff. He owes me twice because I cleaned out the van. Oh, you did? Yes, I did. Too much fun. Anyhow, thank you for listening about Zoe's birthday party. It was just so much fun. I was hoping that Teresa would bring Zoe in her little dress, but I'm sure that it's already been laundered. Too much fun. Well, I have some really exciting news for you. We're getting ready to finish this quilt today, right? So I was working on your directions, and I started to see that each person's seam allowance is a little different. Yes? Yes. And I go, oh my gosh, I have to make sure these instructions are perfect, right? And we have to accommodate each person's different little seam allowance. So last Monday night, we had a little private class. Actually, it was daytime Monday, I think. Daytime Monday. We had this little private class, and some of the students already have their quilts or tops done. Ooh, are you excited about that? Yeah? So we're going to start out because I just want to give you some encouragement. And Teresa helped me, and we said that each person's was a little bit different, but somehow in the end, they all came out beautiful. Does that give you hope? Yes. I know. So I know at least Kim and Dory have theirs done. Dory has hers completed, but she has real motivation because she's going to be leaving town and we won't see her again for a couple of months. So now I have to figure out, is this a good spot for you, Ryan? Yeah. Okay, and how am I? Okay, just hold it up. Wow, Dory, it's so cool. Is that cool? Yeah, I love that fabric. Well, what's really fun about it is that she took all of her fabric from her scrap bag and put it together. And I see that she did a couple of different things. Her one border, her beige border, she did narrower. I'm sure that was to make it all fit, huh?
Yes. I wanted to put this in to pull the color out more from the center.
It's very nice. I'm sure we might need a mic. Is this working, Ryan? Okay, yes. So, would you two switch? Switch! Switch! That's good. Okay, and now Dory has to talk in the mic. You're switching because you have to talk in the mic. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now you get to hold it up again, and you get to tell what you just said.
The reason that I made the border thinner in here is because I wanted to pull the color out from the center with that stained glass fabric. And I also wanted to use up every bit of the stained glass fabric. So I have a little tiny piece that's maybe 5 inches by 6. Otherwise, everything's gone.
That is great. And you have to show the fussy cuts too. They're really nice. Pieced.
Again, I used everything up.
Yay! That's the best part. Nothing is left. All right, cool. So these two ladies sew together after the class. They sew on Wednesdays. Isn't that a good idea? If you just do it the next day, you'll remember what I said. So this is Kim's. Cool. Oh, the back looks good. Wow. Now, Kim decided she was going to put it on a twin-size bed. And so she lengthened it. You can see that she lengthened. You want to tell us what you did, Kim?
Well, I added some friendship stars since
Yes.
I did the class with my friend and made new friends too. And I just did the regular border around here, and I made extra stars down the side to be able to accommodate that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That took some math.
It took some math. There was a catch. Am I in your way, Linda? Very nice. All right, thank you. So that's really exciting. I see in the front row, Aiko has her top already. Brenda, you want to help her? Or Snooki, you want to help her? We need two to help. All right. So, and you stand on the microphone side, Aiko, so you can talk. Wow. Is that
I
nice?
followed Eleanor's instruction. It came out. I didn't do any stretching, shrinking. It just fell into it, places. And I was a little worried. And my husband came to me and said, "Did everything fit in?" I said, "Did, no problem." And I was so happy.
That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So, Aiko, you just picked out your own fabric. You didn't?
No, I bought
You did buy a kit.
I did buy
Oh, did she? She has to speak in the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So some other
It was a
people
kit.
have a quilt that looks just like this.
Oh,
right?
yeah? Oh.
Good thing you don't live together.
Okay. Yeah, I did buy kit. I was waiting for black kit. It didn't come for a while, so I
Right.
picked this
So
one.
that's what
and
you
I'm
did.
glad I did. I
That
think
is
it's pretty.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
That is really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Cool. Cool. Good job. Linda, did you bring yours? No, I just did the star. You just did the star. That's okay. Judy, how about you? Do you have your quilt with you? Yes. Not done? And Snooki, okay, so let's get Judy up here. So the people in the class weren't sure if they were privileged students or if they were naughty students. But we had a great time. Oh, you want to back up just a little bit, Judy? Oh, my gosh. Higher, higher.
Judy doesn't want to talk.
She doesn't want to talk. Okay, Teresa, you can talk for her.
What?
But
Well,
it's beautiful.
I think it's beautiful. The
I
turquoise
love
and
your
brown
little
is
fussy
beautiful.
cuts.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh yes, she has directional fabric in there.
Background, so this is all.
Yeah, she made it work. All her background fabric with directional. Oh,
Oh, that's
See?
the top. That's
she
the
was it,
directional.
and she
Isn't
was
that
able to
beautiful?
work the directional.
Your feathered star looks gorgeous.
Yes.
It's perfect. Yes, and see how nice it
Stay
looks.
there to calculate.
if you didn't get to those 3 and 4 blocks and you just finish with a feathered star in the middle, that would be fine, right? It's a good size. Oh, Flo. Oh.
Material last night, so I never got to finish it. I would have had it finished if I.
Oh, it's beautiful.
She came to class without her project, and she was very disappointed last night.
Because you were going to sew
So-
on it.
Sewing machine, but nothing to sew.
That, you cannot believe how many people show up at class without their foot pedal. Something like that. That looks great. I'm really, really excited. Oh, all right. This is cool. So now I don't know who did finish. Isabel? Oh, this is one of the kids too. Oh, beautiful. I'm so excited.
I want to make another one.
Higher.
That's what I want to do.
I know, Isabel.
It's beautiful.
I loved it when she said that. Hold it higher
Oh,
so everybody can see.
There.
And this is what Isabel and, let me see, and Nancy said as they were finishing it. She said,
I want to make another one.
yay! I'm so excited.
It was fun.
And Nancy's got hers. This is just too exciting. That's okay. But at least I want you to all tell the ladies sitting in the audience and everybody out there.
All right, I just started putting the 4.5-inch border on it, 4.25-inch border.
4.25 inch
Yeah,
border.
I'm just starting there.
And one of the reasons that I had to have a class and find out is that everybody's ended up just a little bit different,
Right.
and you have to make some size adjustments. And I just couldn't finish that book without making sure I had looked at a lot of different sizes and I knew how people should be working with it.
Yeah.
So it's better right than early, right? And did you tell about your color in your star?
My stories.
Yes. It has
There's
a
a story with this quilt. This is just the sunburst in the center. And this is the aurora borealis, the purple around the sides. And when I put the sides on it, the up and down pieces will be the forest and the trees, which are all fussy cut squares. The top will be blue for the sky, and the bottom will be brown for the earth.
Wow.
We'll see. Right.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
She has the same light and the same background.
Yeah.
It's the same fabric.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to figure out, huh?
It
What
was.
do you
It was. It was.
It's easy to
It
figure
went.
out.
It really is fun. I'm having fun.
Oh, I'm so glad you said it's fun. So, oh, Snooky! Yeah, Snooky! You dressed to go with your quilt. Go clear. Yeah, you're good and high.
There's a
High
story
up.
with this. I took my sewing machine to Vegas with me. Don't hold it up too long. And
Keep it moving.
and I thought I lost a page in the directions. I didn't realize that we weren't given all of it to finish it. And so
Right.
I decided to just put it together. And so I had all put together except for the triangles. Have you ever tried to put the triangles in there after everything else is put together?
The diamond and the
diamond, not the
triangles.
triangles, but the diamonds. So luckily, Teresa helped me. So.
You know what, Snooky? It looks great.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously. I want to point out one thing. No, I'm going to point out what part she had to put in. No. Okay. Because this is, you got to pay attention to this. Patty made a mistake and she didn't get it right. My sister Patty, but we didn't fix it in the book. Maybe we'll have to have some desktop publishing to fix it. But anyhow, this is the piece right here that Snooky's talking about. The diamond, and then there's just an extra piece right out here. And you have to make sure that you use a color for the diamond, the point, and background. It says background. It's not light. Patty put light out there. It looks kind of funny. But we finished it, didn't we, Teresa? We finished. What's this we? She finished it. And we're going to send it to Patty. But anyhow, now that you know how to put that in there, it's a little bit
I
easier.
thought about taking it all apart and just doing it the right way, and I thought, oh, you got to be kidding. No. I can hide it when I put it.
You know, I have a feeling that each person, Snooki said, don't look too close. And each person probably has that one little spot they don't want anybody to look at. But did you notice any of them when you looked at them? They all look great, didn't they? Yes. So now we have to onward, right? Yes. You have inspiration. You know that you can do it? Yes. Yeah? All right. Cool. So how do you like the quilt on the cover? I think it's beautiful. Yeah. It's just beautiful. That's another Zoe Christine fabric that we really like. And the one that is on page 14, if you look, and it does show a new quilt. This quilt is out hanging in our store. So you could take a look and see that whenever you leave. And I did do a little note just in case people watching the webinar. But all of you, I've been telling you that we're going to have one more meeting next month at the same time. And we still have a little bit of finishing. Some people didn't think that we could get it all done. I couldn't get the directions all written. So I just decided I'm going to take the time, not hurry up, and get it right. Yes! Yes. So next month we're going to meet again. Hopefully that's good for you. And we'll get it finished next month. How's that? Okay, so there's some things that I wanted to know. At last month's class, the last thing I gave you was directions on how to make this patch. How many of you got that patch done? Yay, look at you, I'm so excited. Okay, and then did you measure it? Yes? And anybody want to share? How many of you got 8? Okay, 8 inches wide. Anybody get 8 1/4? 8 1/4? Oh, Snooki did, that's good. How about 7 3/4? Okay, 7 3/4. How about 7 1/2? Okay, so these are the things that I'm finding out. Everybody's ended up a little different. But most of you are like 1/4 inch of 8, around that. And how many of you didn't have a chance to even work on it? It's okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. So we know. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick up with squaring this patch up right where we left off. And oh, Teresa, I need a 12.5-inch square-up ruler. My rulers are gone. Okay, so last time we said that they should measure from the 1/4-inch seam to the 1/4-inch seam over here, approximately 8 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this exactly like the picture. Got to do it like my picture. I'm dyslexic. Why do you think I have to have such good pictures drawn? But you take your ruler, and I think the most important thing right now is to place your 1/4-inch line right here. My 1/4-inch line is right here, and I like to bubble that out. Do you like those big old bubbles with the, do you see the 1/4-inch line right here? It's the 1/4-inch line, and along, there's a diagonal line on the ruler, and you can see how that's running parallel with your seams. And up here, these little guys, boy, I'm finding out that this is really important from here to here, because this is the part that goes into your snowball block in the middle. And you don't really want to have like a cockeyed center block, right? Just doesn't look good. So that's those are some of the things, and I think I mentioned all of them. Oh, I know, one more thing. Okay, if you have 8 whole width, what is half of 8? 4. So I have placed 4 right down through the middle. Can you see that? The 4 is going right down through the middle. Oh, I think we did good. And so I'm finding that probably preserving your 1/4 inch seam is one of the most important things. There's nothing worse than cutting off your tips, especially after you got this far, right? Okay, so I'm just going to hold my ruler, hold it flat. This is so scary. I'm telling you, it's scary. But just cut it off right along there. I cut it off. Okay, and if it's crooked across the top, just slightly, you can just go ahead and turn your ruler and just cut it over across the top. Okay, check your papers. Did I touch everything? Okay, so just tip up your ruler. Don't turn it. Don't turn your ruler, but turn your patch. Ta-da! And now do exactly the same thing. See what you can do. Drop your ruler down. See if you can line up your 1/4 inch line right here. Ooh, it's looking good. Looking good. And so just line up your diagonal line there and then just cut it off right along there. Whew. So, what do you think? Brenda.
What if it is 7.5? The 3.5, you still be able to save that 1/4 inch seam line?
I think it's more important that you save the 1/4 inch mark. If you're like a little 1/8 of an inch off from the center, I still really want you to save that 1/4 inch there and there. And that's why we did so many of them. There were some that were 7.5 inches. Linda's was 7.5. And we made an adjustment in the snowball square right here. That's one of the reasons why we did that. But I'm writing it all down. Don't worry. So anyhow, that's the patch right there. And it seems that no matter what size we do, you can still get it together. Is that fun? Okay, so if you turn and you look at the page 16, basically it just says to check these measurements down here. And mine, from here to the white, is 2 inches. And I'm going to do the other side too. Oh, it's 2 inches. Yay! I'm amazed because I didn't check before I came on the set. That's why I'm really excited. I'm really very excited. Okay, so now we've got this whole patch done, and now you can go ahead and go on and do that. Okay, so now we're going to move over to making diamonds. I should ask, do you have any questions? Questions? Yes. Well, but yours could be, if you have 7.5, your block is going to be narrower, but it should be the same. It should be like 1 3/4 inches on both sides, or 1 7/8 on both sides. You're just looking for them to be the same. And if you have to do a little sliver trim, that's good. Chris? Yes? The height of it? The height of it? Okay, well, originally, this was another reason that I did this. Originally, Teresa said to always trim it off at 10.5. And when we did the class, we found out that nobody really had 10.5. So we just dropped that measurement. Didn't want to get too excited. But mine is actually not 10.5, it's 10 5/8. But I think the point is you want it straight across the top and you want it straight across the bottom. Okay? That was a good question, though. I suppose if you looked really close, you could see it in the measurements. If you look at the ruler, Merritt does such a good job that you can see it there. 10.5. Does say 10.5, right? Okay. All right. So now we're moving on. We've got our diamond to make. And this was the trickiest part for me to figure out. The way we're doing this is so that you don't have to do inset seams. Cheer! I did it. Trust me. I tried it. I said, forget this. We're not going to do that. We have to figure out something different. And so basically these are 2 1/4 inch background. Whoops, I didn't put background on. My background, this is my background. And it could be a dark. It's the dark that's going in your feather. I just want you to realize this is what you're putting here. No matter what the words say, it is your dark. And if you want to continue out with your feather, this is what we're doing right here. This little seam is going to go right up here. So just imagine, on this one, I put black. Most of the piece squares were green, and then I just decided to do black. But it just really carries that theme through. You can see it, right? It's got the black. Okay, so we have 2 1/4 inch strips, and they are salvage to salvage. You do need to have salvage to salvage. If you have to piece your strips, chances are good that you're going to have a seam right in the middle of your diamonds. So anyhow, take your dark, flip it right sides together to your background, petal to the metal. Oh, I'm so excited. And Teresa, can you come over and do my pressing for me? Do we have some steam? Petal. So it doesn't quite use the whole 44-inch strip, but it's best if it's long, nice and long. Okay, if you have a question that you want to think about asking me, I'm nearly to the done. Nearly to the done. Oh, I can't talk. I think I'm getting tired. I've been running so much.
All right, I have a question.
Yes, Brenda.
So you're placing the glow line tape. If you already have Invisigrip on your ruler, you should take it off.
Okay.
Then put the glow line tape on and then put the Invisigrip back on.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to prepare your 6x12 ruler with glow line tape. I do use a quilt in a day ruler. It's always the easiest for me to do. Okay, I put my glow line tape on the underneath side of my ruler because when it's on the underneath side, it's closest to the fabric. You don't get any distortion from the plexiglass. It's a lot easier on the top, let me tell you. Yeah, okay, she said, what about Invisigrip? Yes, it would be best if you removed your Invisigrip, but you can go ahead and put your glow line on the bottom. Okay, I think every 6x12 ruler has a 45-degree line. A 45-degree line, that's what I need. Let me just show you. Oh, I'm cutting on my paper, good. Okay, so from the right side, you can see the 45-degree line, and you see the glow line tape is right underneath the line. We're making a diamond template here. Okay, now I need to find the 2 1/4 inch line. So if you go to 2 and then go over a 1/4, and this is the tricky part. Remember that, turn it to the wrong side and get it in the right spot. That is tricky. So just line it down. Okay, you get a second chance. I am placing from the wrong side. My glow line is on the right side of the 2 1/4 inch line. So now whenever you turn it over and you say, okay, there is 2, there's 2 1/4, and can you see how it runs right down the whole length? 2 1/4. So it shows you that, right? Yeah. Shows you that really good. Good. Okay, so let's go back. That worked perfect, Teresa. So now she has all pressed to the dark. Thank you. Press to the dark. Turn your page. Beep. Okay, you're not going to believe this. Right-handed cutting, left-handed cutting. Whoa, is that too much, huh? So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to just follow it. And Teresa said, she said, I'm so used to doing this. Just turn it upside down if you're left-handed. But I did do it left-handed and right-handed. I'm right-handed. It says take your long strip and fold it in half, right sides together. And because I'm right-handed, my fold is on the right. Okay? And I'm going to start on the left. I did put, whoops, we better put dark across the bottom. It says specifically dark across the bottom, but I remember at least one of my students put dark across the top, and it works out anyways. So you could just take it out if you want. Okay, now I'm going to start on the left, and I'm going to line up the 45-degree line across the bottom of my strip. And I'm going to just, I have like about 1/8 of an inch that's not perfect, or maybe 1/16 of an inch. Okay, I'm going to line it up on my grid. The 45 goes across the bottom. Okay, can you see that in the picture? Yes. Yeah? Okay, so now you're just going to cut off that corner, cut off the corner, and you get rid of it. Don't need that. Aren't you glad? So don't do anything but just slide your ruler along. Keep your 45 across the bottom, and you're going to be cutting at 2 1/4 inches. Okay, you can just slip that out and move it along. Keep it going. And you want to cut 4 pairs. So 4 pairs. This is good, huh? Okay, how many points do you have? 8. So my pairs are really mirror image. Yeah? Oh, this is like happy dance whenever I figured that one out. I get excited. You gotta understand. Okay, so whenever you open them up, then you open them up and you have mirror image. Oh, yay! I'm gonna lay them just like the picture. Is that what your picture says? Okay, so you're just gonna stack them up and keep them separated, right? Was that easy? Is that better than inset seams? Oh, yeah. And that's what you have left.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My brain hurts just thinking about it.
Don't. It works. Can you just follow the pictures? Don't share your book with anybody because they might be on another page. You want to make sure that they're all together. Okay, so then if you're left-handed, you see, you just basically do everything the opposite and cut, and you will also end up with the 2 mirror image blocks. Okay? Diamonds, diamonds. Okay, so let's turn the page. Now, we need to have one more piece of this. One more piece of this. We need to, okay, let me show you. We did this part right here. We did this part. We did the center of every row. We made 4 centers. But now what we have left is 4 corners. Oh, 4 corners. The 4 corners, and those have the diamonds on the end. Ah. Okay. So, did you want a picture, Candy?
Nope, got it.
You got it. Good. Okay. So I'm going to go back to remember when we did strip A and strip B. Do you have some of those left? Yes. Good thing. Good thing you have strip A and strip B. And so I'm just going to look at strip A, okay? And there's strip A on page 20, strip A at page 20, and I'm going to look at the diamond, strip A. Well, I'm going to show you something right here. We found out so many good things. Do you see this little guy right here? Can you see that little end right there? Can you go really close to that, Ryan? Can you see that? Well, it should be more like only 1/8 of an inch. But how wide do you think that is? It's almost a quarter, isn't it? So check them out. I learned this on Patty's quilt. She mixed up her patches, I believe. But anyhow, check your little pieces and just trim off. So you have more like 1/8 right there. Okay? And it shows you that right there. It says sliver back to 1/8. Okay, and then take your diamond. I'm going to take my diamond and see. Okay. So that would be the one, huh? Like so? Like so? And I do want to tell you, I'm going to show you this so you don't make that mistake, okay? This just doesn't work.
I would have done it that way.
So just if you want to write, put like dark, dark goes right beside that triangle. Okay, so get it there like that. Okay, and then when you take your patch, and then you take your flippy arrow, you follow your arrow, and it says put it right sides together, and it says leave 3/8 of an inch at the top and the bottom, okay? 3/8 at the top and at the bottom. And we have found out that this is just like the most complicated thing. We found it out in the radiant star. We learn from our techniques. So this is how you find out. Look at this cute little ruler. It says Eleanor Burns on it. Quilt in a day, Eleanor Burns. And there's a 1/4-inch line. Can you see the 1/4-inch line running along there? This is the cutest little thing. I love it. I am using my, let me think, friction pen, so that I can just draw a line. And when you draw a line, and I didn't quite get it on the bottom in the green, when you draw a line, it gives you exactly how you're supposed to line them up. Can you see right here? How right here, oh, Snooky's saying she didn't do that. That's a good little tip, huh? Because nobody ever knows you never know how much tip to let hang out. And that is how you're figuring it out, okay? So that when you put your needle down, then you're going to start sewing right there, right at that 1/4 of an inch. And so that's really good, huh? Okay, so I'm just going to pin this one. And I'm hoping that whenever I open it up, it makes a straight line. Wouldn't that be good? Yeah. That would be really good if it makes a straight line. Okay, so your needle goes right in the little crux, right in that little hole. And can you tell when you look at your pattern? You see where it says? I think you might have to go to the top of the next page. And there's an arrow pointing to it, bigger than life. Merritt is so funny. Merritt draws the pictures for me, and I say, okay, now we got to draw this picture, Merritt. And he said, well, why? You just showed that picture. Trust me, we need to draw this picture too. Oh, yes. Oh, who said that? You don't read the instructions. I spend so much time writing those words. You like the pictures? Yeah, I do too. I like the pictures too. Thank you. Me too. You keep it in the bathroom? That's good reading. What's the one that Orion loves to read? He loves to. Okay, so I'm gonna be brave and open it in front of all of you. Okay. Drum roll. So there I started it right there, and it ended up down there. Okay, let me see. I can't bear to look. Ooh! Thank you. That came out really good, didn't it? Came out really good. Okay, so that's A. We have A. And now we're going to go to B. Oh, and it says to measure it. Do we trust that? Want to measure it? How long is it supposed to be? Do the measurements help you? (11 to 11 and an eighth). It's a little hard to see, but it's a little short. Watch when Teresa irons it, she'll like, she is the firmest ironer that I know, presser that I know. Okay, so it's really good.
I had to press all my clothes when I grew up.
Oh, my mom made us iron too, but we had to press my dad's handkerchiefs and his underwear. When the kids all left, I wonder if Mother continued ironing his underwear. Huh? I don't know, but that's what we had to do. That's what we had to do. Okay, so let's see. Mine is a little bit shorter. Mine is still only 10 3/4. Well, I'm just going to write that down. Say, L's was only 10 3/4. Don't panic. You know how we're going to find out? We're going to take this, and this is going to go on here. Let's see. I'm going to turn the page and look. So it has to go like this. Ooh! It's plenty long. And I've got a good 1/4-inch seam allowance. I got a really good one. It's better to have a good one than none. Yeah, so it's gonna be long enough. It's gonna be long enough. Don't worry. Okay, so now let's go back a page. So we did A, and now we have to do B. Very simple. Let me see. Okay, here is B. Turn it just like the book, like this. Yes. Get a diamond. Make sure. Ah, look at that. Right up here. I only have like an 1/8 of an inch, right? I've got a little seam allowance there. And if I just trim that little guy off, you'll see it even better. Look at that. See that right there? It's only a little guy. It's just a little 1/8 of an inch. Yeah? So now we need our diamond. It's going to be dark onto the triangle. Yeah? Okay, and so it says take this flippy arrow, flip it right sides together, line it up, and what do? Draw a line. See, you guys are good. And trust me, it's worth it to draw this line every time, because if you don't, it takes more time to unsew. Now, how would I know that? Okay, and see that where you're going to put the needle? It's exactly the same, and you want to sew on that line. You just make sure you let it hang out. Did Mara put his? Yep, he did his little circles. I looked at Merritt today. Merritt has been my artist, I think, for over 30 years. And he wears a ball cap so often. And today he didn't have it on, and I said, oh my gosh, where did his hair go? It's funny. I hope he doesn't watch this show. Did you ever notice that, Ryan?
No, not really.
No?
I've only been seeing him for a few months now.
Only a few months, yeah. But anyhow, I was thinking, don't you ever get tired? I took in like one more pattern this morning for him. Doesn't he ever get tired of drawing all these pictures? Isn't it amazing? Okay, we got another one in there. This is B. See how simple that is to get that diamond in there? Cool. You're not afraid anymore, right? No. Okay, so Teresa has to come and press it. Set the seam, press it.
Eleanor,
Yes.
if you're going, which I know you always impress on, assembly line sewing and stuff, do you have any do A separately and B separately, but when you still do the assembly line sewing, you know, I can see where it might be easy
Yeah.
to get it mixed up.
But if you only have those 2 units for the A sitting there and push B out of the way so you don't even look at it, you only have to do 4 of those. So that's not too bad to do 4 of them. But I stack them up. It doesn't work really well in our pictures to stack them up, but I just stack them up. And that works really good. And I stack 4 up and I just keep on flipping the same direction. You look at the picture every time. It does. It really helps. Okay, so do we look and see how long this one is? Oh my gosh, my ruler isn't long enough.
It's got to be 13. The 13 and 1/8.
I do not know where those numbers came from. I think Merritt made them up. I'm measuring the wrong one, and I'm going. Then I said, no wonder. Okay, let me look. Okay, long ruler. It's about 12 3/4 again. 12 3/4. So both of them, I was 1/4 of an inch off. See, aren't you glad you don't have to stress now? It's a little bit less. Okay, turn the page. Turn the page. Okay, A. We need A. We need A. Does that look like A? Dark on the outside, diamond going down, background. Does that look right? Okay, and the flippy arrow says flip it right sides together, and it says allow at least 1/4 inch tip right at the very end. I can see we have it, right? And I like the way the seams are pressed. You don't have to do any fighting your seams. They're pressed in the right order so that whenever you go right down, the seams are pressed in that direction. And just line them up along here. Use your stiletto. Okay, and how am I going to press this? Towards strip A. Somebody said something funny over there, over in this direction. Who said something funny? Was that you, Eileen? What did you say? Okay, so you set the seam with A on the top. Whichever way, if you want your direction to go, just set that piece on the top and then open and then just press into it. And see, Teresa's doing like a little bit of finger pressing.
Why would you not set towards the square?
You're going to do that in the next one. We wanted to get some locking seams. And we always try to figure out which lays the best way. And actually, that lays pretty good, doesn't it? You think that it wouldn't, but I personally like steam so you can see. So was that easy to get a diamond in? It was really easy. It was really easy. Okay, so now let's just turn this. And we've got B. Ta-da! Is that good? Along there. And the miracle is right here. They're going to lock. Let's make sure. One's going up, one's going down. That's why. So they lock together, and then you just flip it, and you get it lined up. I've got 1/4 inch seam, at least at the bottom. Ooh. Ooh. Look, we're nearly done. We're nearly done with this. So I did not give you the instructions for the snowball center. I was not convinced that I have it perfect yet. So I just decided not to rush it and just do a little bit more checking and make sure I can tell you everything so it gets perfect. How's that? Okay, set the seam. Okay, how are you supposed to press it?
Eleanor,
Mm-hmm.
I've read my directions very, very careful, but I reversed my A and B, so my light is. And I'm
Oh.
gonna want to do those over.
Oh.
I'll show you what I've done. See, my light is on the outside.
Oh. So it looks kind of. Huh. Okay, give me that because look, these are the same fabrics. How did you do that?
I reversed the A and B.
Well, no, they look so much like what's up here. But this, look, I mean, we have the same, like, we're going pretty much the same colorway, is what I'm saying. So let's just see if we put that up there like that. I think they're going to be fine. It's going to work right, I think. It's going to work right. You don't have to do it over. Yay. Okay. So this is your corner right here. That's your corner. Press toward the corner square. Pretty easy, huh? So now what we're going to do is make the top row and the bottom row. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to have to slide this. Okay, this is what we're going to do now. This is going to be my top row, and then I'm going to make another one just like it for my bottom row. You make two of them, just like this. And this is the block in the center. This is going right here. And then these are my my corner blocks. I'm going to make another one and one for the other side tonight. So now we've got to look at this. So whenever you lay this out, this is where we were really trying to decide what to do and how much to trim. So you can move it up and down and just visually line it up. There, does that look good? And so what I'm going to do is, in the end, I will have to sliver trim at the top and at the bottom. And this is why everybody can do it a little bit different, okay? So we're going to basically take our little ruler, and it shows you where you mark. What we're trying to match are just these two seams, 1, 2. We're trying to just match the diamond seam. And then this, there's nothing to match. Only the diamond. That's all we're working on. So I'm going to take my little ruler, and I'm going to draw little tick marks, 1/4 inch. Okay, there. In fact, this friction pen will just steam out. So I'll do bigger than just little lines. I just drew a whole 1/4 inch seam. Okay? And when you flip this right sides together, then you have to mark the 1/4 inch line here. Yeah, is that good? You're getting it, huh? So there's some people that haven't been in the class from the start. What do you think? Does this look like it's going to be hard? Okay, so I'm just going to mark it. Where I really want it is on my thread lines. Okay, so I did it again. And now I need my long pins, because this is like so deceiving. You go, what am I supposed to line up? So I'm going to just take and put my pin, is Ryan real close? Yeah. Put my pin on the thread, and I'm going to peel it back, and right underneath here, this is where it's going to go, right there. And then just going to squeeze it together. Live. No retakes here. No retakes. Okay, so then I'm just going to do a second pin right down here, and you can actually see that is where it intersects. Going right through the thread. Is he on really good? And you can see it coming out on the other side. And we're going to go right down here, right there. Ah. So you're going to get really good at this, huh?
So you said marking on the ones on top on the back and the ones on the bottom on top.
Well, it's just a rule. So when you flip two pieces right sides together, obviously I have to have it on the wrong side. On the wrong side, I have to have it marked there. And then we're going to push the pin through on the right side. So that's what my little rule is. And you're going to be flipping a lot. Flipping a lot. You're going to flip out a lot. Okay, so now I'm just going to line it up here. And still use my 1/4 inch seam. Get out my stiletto. Take a deep breath. See if I have to hang it high, keep it moving. Okay, I took my pin out just before I went over it. I'm sewing down along there. I'm going, I hope. It's going to be good. Okay. Yeah? You go, I hope I do good. Yeah, and one thing I want to say, you should always say nice things to yourself when you talk to yourself. Don't ever say, oh, you big dummy. Say, you're doing good, you're doing good. Don't you think it's better if you say nice things to yourself?
Don't be disrespecting yourself.
Oh, yeah, my sewing machine. I had a great time at Baby Lock last week. I can't wait. Ooh. Okay, it would be better if it were pressed out, but what do you think? Is that good? I got my points. It needs press. Oh, so Teresa left. Okay, fine. So just set the seam, open, and press. And yes, this would be the middle block. Middle side block. Okay, so just press it. And see the top right up here? That's going to go later to square it off. But you're just going to take and add a second one to the other side. So you do 2 sides exactly like that. And then once we have it all done, I think that I already squared up. See at this point, do you see how this is just a little bit longer? It's like about 3/8 of an inch longer. That's why we didn't really square it up to 10.5 inches, Chris, because you can do it now. But to me, it's more important to get the diamonds all matched in there. And then once you have the two across from each other, then you can trim it. Then you have to trim it. So this is what you've got. You've got this and the outside. And I think when you turn the page, that's where we ended. That was all the further we got. Oh, I know. Oh, darn. Yes. Yes. Oh, I couldn't get it all written. I couldn't get it all written in time because we have to mail these out, and we had to mail them out. But I will tell you that your very first page that you had not this month, you guys were waiting with bated breath, weren't you? You said, oh, I got to finish this. Okay, in the last month, you had a yardage chart. And it told you to cut. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of tips because if there's some of you that just say, okay, I have to do this. It said to cut this part at 8 1/8 and to cut these at 2 3/4. Well, we found out that you really need to square this block up to be the same width as this. Because remember, what was my piece right here? How wide was this? It was 8 inches. So if 8 1/8 was just too big, Linda had 7 1/2. 8 1/8 was just way too big. So that's why I really, if you can wait, and then I'll show you how to finish it next month.
Okay.
How's that sound? When I know it's going to be perfect.
I'm liking it.
Juliana.
Does that mean that our finished project will go into August?
If we need to, it will.
Because we were going to have
We're going to have a big show. But I'm going to invite you to something special. For the next 2 Mondays, from 9 to 4, I invite you to come here to this sewing room and bring your sewing machine and bring your feathered star pieces. And if anybody needs help, that's where you're going to get it. You're going to bring the back next week? You're going to sew the whole top together?
Of course.
Oh, yay! She's going to sew the whole top together. Well, regardless, if you come to the next 2 Monday, either one or the other Monday, 9 to 4, next week and the week after, then we're just going to have a big old jam right in these 2 classrooms, and we'll all work on it together. And I'm going to watch you so I write it correctly. How's that? Okay. I'm going to find out what everybody has different about their star so we can all put it together perfectly. Okay. Good? Good. That's good. Are you excited now? Yes. So you have one more step that you have to get done. Yes?
I was wondering, would you rather we not trim then? After we make these pieces this week, you would like us to wait on the trimming?
You can trim it. Oh, okay. You can trim it. Yeah. Yes.
Do you want to show them what it looks like when you put it together and it's not trimmed?
Oh, look what Linda has. So she had hers. Okay, now I want to remind you, Linda's piece was 7 1/2. And we had to change the size of these corners to 2 1/4. 2 1/4.
And the center is 7
The center, okay, this was 7 1/2. This was 7 1/2. So she made this 7 1/2. And she had to make an adjustment. And she made her square smaller. She cut them down to 2 1/4. So those are some of the things that whenever I find how different everybody is, then we'll really be able to. You did a good job. It's as nice from the back as it is on the front. Isn't it nice? She irons good, yeah. She irons good.
Remember the 8 inch is a 2.5 inch. We did a 2 3/4 was too big.
Yes, and Aiko, I'm going to draw some pictures. And so Aiko is telling, Aiko did this center 4 times. Aiko did her center 4 times. But then we finally figured it out, how to do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you something. Dory, if we could show yours again, that would be really fun. Okay, so Aiko found out that 2 3/4 did not work here. She couldn't line these all up. And so she made her squares 2 1/2.
And it was 8 inch square.
8 inch square. So everybody's ends up being a little different. And Dory had so much fun. And now, I know you didn't notice this before, but now we're going to tell you again. But look at the center. Can you see the center? And if we can go right on the middle. Okay, you want to take the microphone and tell, yeah.
I did it 3 times, and I was running out of fabric. So I decided that I liked them this way.
Yes, she likes it that
Don't
way.
you like them this way? It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's meant to be.
And
That's
it was
right.
really fun that she used 2 different fabrics too, 2 different colors. Isn't that fun? Yes. And I can't remember, one of our students said, oh, forget those little points. And she just made a solid square right in the middle. And one of my antique quilts is done that way too, so I'm going to bring that and show it to you. Okay. So just remember, if you really want to sew this together, just make it the same size as your other piece. And no matching.
Yeah, that's a cool way of doing it.
Yeah, so this one is, this layout with this little center is actually called the Bethlehem Star. The Bethlehem Star. Very, very pretty. We're doing good. Are we doing good? This is like the intense feathered star that they thought it couldn't be done. But we're getting it, huh? So, you had a question, Linda? Were you going to ask something? No? You were stretching.
Did you wash it after you cooked?
Uh-huh.
No? Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's that, Barbara? Yes. Yes. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, so this is 1.5-inch framing around the feathered star, 1.5-inch framing. But don't go, you've got your framing here. You have to square up your star first. That's a framing. But look at this. You see that this also has a border around the outside. Is that 2.5, Tricia? 2.5. So don't be like Nancy and just try to stick that right on there. It doesn't fit. It has 2.5 inch, and all of your directions next month will say that. If you want to try to remember, and this was 4 1/4, 4 1/4. But I'm going to show you the whole thing. Somebody in the evening class said she didn't think that we could do it, and she was right. I told her, don't be such a pessimist. We can do it. But it really took longer to write and to get it all together.
The new directions are really helpful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So Dory took what I gave them last month and then last week, and I added more instructions after listening to my students. I added more instructions, and that's why it's really good. Really good. Really good. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So it was a lot of fun. So we'll finish next month.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Great. Great. Do you have pieces that you want to share? Let me ask you, because do you have those pieces? Yeah, some people do. Okay, go ahead and line up. If you brought, I see, okay, so Lois, you can show your pieces, okay?
Usual Lois.
Yeah. So many did you bring? You can go ahead and line up and we'll show them. Okay, so Marianne said, what are we going to do in August? I wanted to start on a new project. I think that in July, and we can go ahead and share our finished quilts in August, but I've been planning this book featuring my 5 grandchildren called Growing Up with Quilt in a Day. There's 5 different children, 5 different ages and interests, and we're designing quilts that would be appropriate in a child's room or really anybody's room. And so that's what we'll do August, September, October, November, December. Different quilts for each month.
How fun. How very fun.
How's that?
I like it.
Was that a good answer?
Yes.
But Orion's been after me for how many years to write a baby book? Nobody's a baby anymore. They're all potty trained. Yay! They're all potty trained. Now they're learning how to write their name. They know their colors. They know their numbers. It's amazing.
They move fast.
And so I wanted to kind of stay away from specifically baby quilts, but toddler, grown up, anybody would enjoy these piece quilts. That's the plan. Let me see, Sandy. All right. Okay, so maybe turn it the other way and we'll be able to see it better. I'm not sure where. Yeah. Now can you visualize it? You did good. Thank you. You did really good. It was easy? Yay! Good. All right, Linda.
I haven't shared before, so this is Scrappy LEM.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be. Very nice. So you just took the instructions and just got them together. Look how pretty. With the fussy cut. Oh, wow. Very nice. Very nice. Good job. All right.
It was so easy this month.
It was so easy?
Yeah.
It's going to be next month, too. What did you think? That it was going to be hard?
Yeah,
You just, I have that knack. But we didn't do any retakes. I did it in front of you. You can do it.
Yes.
Ask the people who've already finished it.
The adjustments for the middle square right
Next,
now, right?
next month.
Oh, okay.
Next month. The adjustments to the middle square. I'll tell you all. Very good. So how wide was that whenever you...
We'd have to measure it again, but I think I'm real close to being right.
You did a good job.
Yeah, and I know I can do the adjustments with what we covered today. So
You
I'm not too worried about it.
You did a good job.
I found out, I was struggling with my seam allowances since the very beginning. So finally I got so mad before I started this star because I didn't want to take any chances. I put, get this, brace yourself, I put a ruler on my needle.
Uh-huh.
And found out that I was a 1/16 of an inch to the left.
Uh-huh.
So every seam I've been sewing since the beginning has been that 1/16 of an inch to the left. So now I have to set it for like 4.1 instead of 3.5.
Uh-huh.
And it was like amazing what happened.
What happened?
When your needle is centered.
Right. Right.
Who makes a sewing machine without a centered needle?
Yeah, but you know what? I have a whole room full of baby locks, and you can even go from one baby lock to the next, same brand, everything, and they could be a little thread different. One little thread different.
Yeah.
They can be.
I was very surprised.
Good.
But, so now I have
Good.
the adjustments, and this went together really
And it's
great.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Lois. Wow, Lois. It's going to be a purple background. Higher. Maria's the higher person. That is good. It matches. Oh, look, Sharon. Sharon, that's beautiful. That is very elegant looking. That is really nice. Good job. See, I see when you guys all have very pointy tips. They're very pointy, very perky. Perky as can be. Good job, Judy. Now look at her, how she's dressed too. This is a crack up. Everybody wears the colors they like. All right, Vicki. Good job. Good job. Very nice.
I can't decide. I cut 4
Center square. Hold on to them. You might need them.
I can't decide what one to put in there. So.
Well, you can make them all and just do an audition. That's how they go. Cool. Cool. Anybody else? Anybody else to share?